Hi, we are live in Scotland, Edinburgh, and this is Reading with Joan. I'm Joan, and today I'm here with two special guest readers, and they will be reading for us. I guess some of you know them, but if you don't, I'd like to introduce. Oh, before we go on, okay, so I'd like to thank all our viewers for following us, for watching our programs and enjoying reading with us. This is summertime. I want to make it as summery as possible. So today we have the flowery flowers and we have the yellowish banner. So that's today's show on Scottish summer. Okay, so I'm going to invite the first guest, and she's here with us. She's Big J. We all know her. She has a very interesting book to read. What are you reading today?
Today I'm reading a book called This is Edinburgh.
Oh! For all my Scottish families! Big J is reading This is Edinburgh. So, and the guys at home, she's reading This is Edinburgh. So I want you to just enjoy reading the book with us and let us know all about Edinburgh.
By M. Sasek.
Okay, yeah.
Edinburgh, the capital of Scotland, romantic city of many hills, for centuries the home of Scottish kings and queens, and of many famous men.
Okay, so Edinburgh is the home of many famous men. Okay.
You take a plane to Edinburgh Airport, or a train to Waverley Station.
I think you should just read it.
Okay, where the wind takes you up Waverley Steps directly to Princess Street.
Have you been to Princess Street before? I know that coronavirus is not making us travel, boys and girls, especially those of you that wanted to come to Scotland. So we are bringing Scotland to you. Princess Street is the middle street of Edinburgh, and it's a long street with lots and lots of shops for you to go into. So, Can you continue?
Very busy.
Yeah.
It was named by an English king. The Scots called it Landgate, and it is a whole mile of shops, gardens, and monuments.
Remember what the Scottish people call Princess Street? I'm going to ask you later, okay?
Edinburgh's highest monument commemorates Sir Walter Scott, her greatest son. It is opposite Edinburgh's biggest store, called
That's
Jenner's.
the monument. That's the monument. Can you see the monument? That's the monument. Okay.
This is a commissionaire. You'll see many of them along Princess Street. At the intersection halfway down Princess Street, we find the Royal Scottish Academy, the National Gallery, and a policeman. Here, each spring, gardeners plant a floral plot.
Ooh, that's the National Gallery in Scotland on Princess Street. Can see kids at home? Yeah.
This is a clock in full bloom. Scots love their tartans, and so do the visitors. If your name is on the list, they have your tartan. There are many more names than clans and tartans. Mr. Massadali found he was a Cameron.
That's an example of a page of a tartan. So that is the dressing code of a Scottish man, the Scottish elder statesman. And you have different type of tartans there, which they can wear at various times.
A Cameron. Origin of name, Cantrin, from Gaelic cam, rye, ansrin, nose, rhinos, plant badge, oak, crowberry. And there's over 4,000 tartans. There's MacLeod of MacLeod, Dress MacLeod, Fraser, Rob Roy, Dress MacPherson, and MacArthur.
Wow. I didn't know there are about 4,000 type of tartans. Wow. Okay.
At the west end of Princess Street, between the spires of St. John's and St. Cuthbert's, There's a fine view of Castle Rock.
Can you just see the Castle Rock? That is where the king used to stay in the olden times in Scotland. That is where the king used to stay. Can you see the Castle Rock up there? Okay, so
Below the castle, you might expect a moat, but here you'll find a train.
okay.
During the Edinburgh Festival, and all the year round, you can hear magnificent concerts in Usher Hall. Scotsmen have pipes in all shapes, sizes, and tartans. Here's a piper piping the Queen's Own Cameron Highlanders up to the castle for the changing of the guard.
So that is the pipe man in Scotland. They like their pipes. They really like their pipes.
The Esplanade.
What's that?
Today, the scene of military parades. In ancient times, the scene of executions. At the gateway from the Esplanade, the Royal Scots take their turn on guard. Inside the castle, there are many guns. Mons Meg, the biggest, dates back to the 15th century.
Wow.
Stuff her with 100 weight of powder and just shoot one of those stone balls a mile and a half.
Wow.
It's longer than Princess Street.
Exactly.
Four-wall battery. Sit here.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Just
Edinburgh runs on gun time. Every weekday from the half-moon battery, the 1 o'clock gun is fired punctually. But, like any good Scot, it does not break the Sabbath.
ooh. Okay. Good.
The beacon basket is used for fire signals to faraway castles. At this point, there is a cemetery, soldiers' dogs.
Ooh. Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Crown Square is the heart of the castle. On your right, the Scottish National War Memorial. On your left, the banqueting hall. There in the middle, the palace. That's where James VI of Scotland was born to Mary, Queen of Scots. When Queen Elizabeth I died in 1603, he also became James I of England. At that time, the two kingdoms were united.
Wow. Look at the banquet hall and the palace. Okay, so the banquet hall and the palace, this is all about Edinburgh.
As we start down the Royal Mile, which runs through the old town from the castle to Holyrood Palace, we stop for a look at Edinburgh, the camera obscura. It's no magic, it's nature's TV, kind of personal. The Royal Mile is pierced by many old closes, which are like steps, like
Yes.
very narrow.
Narrow steps.
Yeah. The High Kirk of Edinburgh, St. Giles Cathedral. His first minister was John Knox.
Whoa, I like that. So this is the first place that John Knox ministered. If you've ever heard about John Knox, the very ancient minister of Scotland. Wow.
Here on Parliament Square stands Mercat Cross, from which royal proclamations are read. I almost read that as Meerkat Cross. Parliament House is today the seat of the Law Courts and the Box Corridor, the place for advocates' brief boxes.
Wow. It's good to know.
An inscription in the pavement of Parliament Square marks the grave of John Knox.
Wow.
And further down the Royal Mile is the house where he lived.
Wow. That's interesting.
On the stage buildings, you sometimes find Mary signs, like the Museum of Childhood.
So we have the
I've seen
Museum
that.
of Childhood in Edinburgh. If you want to come and visit Edinburgh, we have the Museum of Childhood. One place to come and visit.
Huntley House and Canongate Tolbooth, two museums of local history.
Wow.
At the other end of the Royal Mile is Holyrood Palace, once the home of Scottish kings and queens, still a royal residence. Mary, Queen of Scots, lived here. and twice she was married within these walls.
Wow.
This is a 16th century picture of her in the Scottish Gallery.
So that's the Royal Queen of Scots. That's a picture in the gallery.
Here's the grass market, with neither market nor grass. Greyfriars Bobby sits on this monument as he sat for 6 years until he died, in the grave of his master. Greyfriars Churchyard, where in 1638 the National Covenant was signed.
Wow.
Here, the Scottish Presbyterians declared their opposition to the Church of England.
This is where the Scottish, first of all, opposed the Church of England. I like this history of Scotland today. Wow, this is interesting. Thank you, Big J, for picking this book. I'm really loving it. Okay.
Edinburgh is by no means dark. It has many bright streets, mews, and school uniforms.
Just continue. Please mute yourself.
Penguin parades in the zoo and rock gardens. Penguin parades in the zoo and rock gardens.
How you doing, girl?
Made in Scotland, there's grouse claw, souvenir brooch, thistle, the national flower, Scotch terrier, Scotch whisky, Scotch haggis, Edinburgh, rock candy, Dean Village with the water of Leith and a little old bridge. Round the bend of the stream is the bigger Dean Bridge, 106 feet high. And on the Firth of Forth, the biggest one, the Forth Bridge, 1.75 miles long.
Okay.
Under big bridges, one catches big fish, the king of the herring. This one used to live near the Forth Bridge, but now he has moved into town to the Royal Scottish Museum.
Okay.
Going down Princess Street, you don't realise how near you are to the sea. Yet within 10 minutes, the bus takes you past an anchor in the street and fishing nets on the railings. You're in the outskirts of Edinburgh in New Haven, a fishing village on the Firth of Forth.
Okay.
The Nelson Monument on Calton Hill is built in the shape of a telescope. On the left, the National Monument, never completed.
Wow. That monument was never completed. Okay.
Sailors at sea tell time by this ball. When it drops, they know it is 1:00 p.m.
Okay.
These cities in the world have real skylines. Edinburgh has a very lovely one. Here it is.
Okay.
I think that's the end.
Was that the end?
No, I think there's one.
Okay. Yeah.
For the last time, sometime, along with the 500,000 inhabitants of Edinburgh, we set our watches.
Wow. Edinburgh loves their watches. I really like this Edinburgh book. Did you guys like it? So I really learned a few things about Edinburgh. Guys, can you unmute yourself and tell me one thing you learned about Edinburgh today? Okay, Boomer. Okay, let me unmute you. I think I had to put that, okay? Right, so unmute yourself. Okay, what did you learn from Edinburgh?
Lots of interesting things, and there are lots of interesting places to visit.
Good, there are a lot of interesting things and a lot of interesting places to visit in Edinburgh. Thank you. Any other response? Any other person? Okay, where?
And that you can hammer off people, and that's very fun, but it's not magic.
Wow. Well done.
Just nature.
It's just nature. Okay, good. I learned a lot about tartans. I learned a lot about Edinburgh tartans. They're about 4,000, 3,000?
Something.
Thousand.
Yeah.
And that was amazing for me to know that there are different types of tartans. And I just like it when I see the Scottish dress. That makes me Scottish. And I'm glad I am. So, Big J, do you have something to tell and make us proud as Scottish? Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, come on. She has something special. So that shows that we are Scottish.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a song.
It's a song. Okay.
It's called Bally Bee.
It's called Ali Bally. Okay, come on, let's start. 1 to go. Ali
Bally Bally Bee,
sitting under
Mommy's knee.
Do you know it, guys?
Waiting for a wee morning to buy some lighters candy. Bally Bally Bee, sitting on your mommy's knee. Waiting for a wee morning to buy some Cooters candy.
Thank you, Scottish kids. We're so proud. Well done. Guys, I'm so proud of my Scottish roots today. Thank you, guys. I really like that. So mute yourself. And so we're going to ask Little J to come and read for us. Little J, what do you have for us today?
The book I'm reading is called The Something.
Oh, she's reading The Something. Okay, so tell us about that.
The Something by Rebecca Cobb. Underneath the cherry tree in our garden, there is a little hole. We found it one day when I bounced my ball and it didn't bounce back. I lay on my tummy and peered in, but I couldn't see anything. Then I sat very still and watched quietly for a long time. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure there must be something down there.
Wow.
I tried to reach for my ball, but my arms are not long enough.
So he found the hole while he was playing with his
Doggy.
So come on, let's find out what is in the hole.
Mom's arms are not long enough either, and Dad won't try.
Okay.
Mom says the hole might be a doorway into a little mouse's house.
Little Mouse's house? Wow.
Dad wishes I would leave the hole alone. He thinks it could be full of frogs. He doesn't like frogs.
Wow.
My sister says there's probably a troll living down there. She said I had better leave it some food, or otherwise it will get hungry and come out and eat.
Wow. A troll is coming out to eat him. Wow.
I showed the hole to my friends. They've all got different ideas about it.
What's different ideas?
But my best friend says it is definitely a dragon's den.
Dragon's den? Wow.
He knows this because he has a dragon living in his garden.
Wow. His best friend has a dragon living in his garden. Wow.
I told Grandma and Grandpa about the dragon, but they didn't believe me.
Exactly.
Grandma says it is much more likely to be a mole. Grandpa thinks it is a badger.
Do you want us to find out? Let's find out. What is it?
My dog is very good at guarding the hole. It's a rabbit.
That's a dog. He's very good at guarding the hole. So he makes sure that the hole, nothing goes into the hole. Okay, come on. What's that?
A rabbit.
There's a rabbit there. Is there a rabbit?
It's a rabbit hole.
It's a rabbit hole. Okay, let's find out if it's really a rabbit hole. Okay.
I am pleased that something has chosen our garden to live in.
Oh. Wouldn't you just like that if a rabbit lives in your garden?
I don't know what it is, but I'm going to keep watching.
Okay.
And waiting. Just
in case it is a dragon or a mole or a badger. It's all of them.
It's a dragon and a mole and a snake and a squirrel and a bird.
Oh my word! Oh no!
Yeah, and the doggy saw it.
And the doggy saw it. Oh my goodness! In that small hole that a ball could go into. Wow!
Everything was in it, even a mouse.
Wow! Kids, don't you like imaginations? I just love imaginations. So in one tiny hole, there lived all the things in his imagination. From the dragon to the
Troll,
to the
squirrel,
to the
bird,
to the
mole,
to the
mouse, and mice.
That's interesting. Lizzie, thank you for reading for us. I really enjoyed the something. So we eventually didn't find what the something was, but our imagination told us the hole as small as a ball hole could take anything you can imagine. So kids, I want you to imagine anything. You have a word of imagination. Keep imagining and keep imagining and keep growing strong because you have the ability to imagine. Do you want us to have a quiz? You don't want us to have a quiz? Big J, Small J, do you want us to have a quiz?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, don't worry, kids at home. If you know the answer, tell us. If you don't, you just... Oh, dear. Okay. Okay, so that's good. And let's just take one or two quiz questions and then we'll be done. And we have a bit of some interruption on our Zoom today. Next time, I think I will tighten the security, but that's fine for today. All right, so our question is, you can listen to music as loudly as you like without damaging your ears. Yes or no? Yes or no?
I think, yeah, on the tablet it always says don't put it that high, so I think no.
Good. Well done. That's the correct answer. Chewing sugar-free gum can help clean your teeth of harmful bacteria. True or false?
Sugar doesn't help your teeth, so probably yes.
What do you think?
True.
Correct. Swift as bird that can sleep while they fly. Can birds sleep while they fly? True or
Some
false?
can sleep while they're perching on trees, and others have ability to fly and sleep.
So the answer is true. Okay, just tell me if it's true or false. A mushroom grows in a tree. True or false?
False.
False.
Donkey's bones are ground up to make vanilla fruit flavoring.
Ew, no way.
Okay, snakes have been sent on ships or spaceship to live in Mars. True or false?
Snake.
Yes.
No.
Mama is laughing. Mama is laughing. Okay. Paints can be made from plant, stones, and minerals. True or false? True or false? Paints can be made from plant, stones, and minerals. True or false? Paint for painting the house.
Painting.
Yeah.
Well, Stone Age people used paint out of like iron.
So can we make paint? Can we make paint out of stones, plants, and minerals?
Yeah.
Okay, true. Correct.
And Roman made paint out of blood too.
Wow!
Yuck.
iPods are made by a company called Grapefruit. True or false?
False. It's apple, not grapefruit.
There are an underwater post box in Japan where divers can post waterproof postcards. True or false? True or false?
I don't know.
If you know the answer, can you tell us? Do you know the answer? What's the answer? Huh? It's true. Well done. The answer is true. Yeah, she's right. There is an underground post box in Japan where divers can post waterproof postcards. So you know today. Light travels at a speed of 300 miles meter in a second. True or false? You should know that.
Wait, what was the question?
Light travels at a speed of almost 300 million meters a second. True or false? True. Okay, so that's
I already said true.
I know you said it because you saw it, so I didn't take your
I didn't.
You did it.
Oh. I'm
All right.
looking at the question.
Were you looking at the questions? So, kids, I had fun asking those questions. Next week, we'll have another batch of 8 to 10 questions to find out if you're very smart with things like, is there a waterproof postcard underneath the water? I discovered it's true in Japan. So, good answer today. And we will see you on Saturday. Okay, we'll be discussing another interesting topic. If you have any topic you want us to discuss from the perspective of an African, or you have a question, put it in our inbox, and we'll deal with it on our show. And we want to thank you for coming in today on Reading with John. Until Saturday, we want to say bye-bye and have a good day. Bye.